Mark O'Leary, the head coach of the Moose Jaw Warriors, joins us now. Mark, let's talk your hockey team. It seems like it's primed to be an exciting year for Moose Jaw fans and for the Warriors. Give me a sense how everybody's feeling now that the training camp is out of the way and you guys are gearing up now for the start of the regular season in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, I think right from the moment we got into town, I think the overwhelming feeling is excitement. I think that there's a lot of players here back this year that have been in the organization for 3 and 4 years, and with that came its lumps early on, and we've developed into an older team now, and I think really the mindset and the message is, we're not young and developing anymore. It's time to perform.
I was going to say, sometimes you go year to year and a team has a new look. Your guys' new look is the fact that you've got those slick new uniforms and the new logo. But when you talk about your roster, it's familiar faces up and down the lineup. Tell me about the fact that you've been able to work with these guys for a few years now, leading into this season.
Yeah, that's certainly our privilege, and with any year you're going to have guys come back, but when you have that number, it creates that excitement, but it also makes things a little smoother coming into training camp and into regular practices where you're looking to jump off from where you left off last year. But I think in saying that, it's important that those guys coming back are good people, and I think that's what makes this group real special. Is yes, we have a lot of guys coming back, but they're guys that you want back and you want in your dressing room because they care, and they're willing to do what they need to do.
Denton Matejchuk, first round selection of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Jagger Firkus, a second round selection of the Seattle Kraken. Certainly was an exciting time to be a Warriors fan and great recognition for your program as well. Not just this year, but in the last few years with the number of players that have been selected out of your program in the NHL draft. But those two in particular, what was that moment like for them, and how is that helping? That recognition by NHL teams helping them kind of spur on as they continue their development within your program.
Well, I think it's great. It's two very deserving young kids to have that next step in their own development. But like you said, it's an organizational thing for sure, something that we're proud of. At the end of the day, those two are the ones that put in the work to be drafted, and to have that next step in their career. But certainly something that we don't take lightly, and we want to be a part of. And they got drafted, but they're smart kids. They know that's just the next step, and they're certainly not satisfied.
And is it guys like them, perhaps, and those who have come before them that can help maybe guide a player like Braden Yeager, who's going to be in the spotlight even more this year? The CHL Rookie of the Year last year, of course, with the season he had for your group, but now, kind of going through the same similar kind of process of talking to scouts and being looked at ahead of the 2023 NHL draft. And maybe, it's got to be a nice bonus for him to be able to have people in the system that have gone through similar situation as he's about to go through this year to be able to lean on.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's just another thing in having veteran leadership. The environment that you have, that's what breeds the behavior that you're after. And when you have guys like Denton and Jagger that went through the process last year, certainly I know Braden was watching closely. But with Braden Jagger, I don't know that he needs anything more to push him or to drive him to be great. I think he'll handle this year just fine. He's a driven individual, and he makes me a better coach. And I'm excited for the year that he's going to have. I know what he aspires to be as a pro, but also for this year, him individually. And I'm excited for him, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Tell you what, at least from our perspective here in Calgary, the East Division is looking like must-see TV this year when it comes to, the teams up and down the lineup, and then you guys are right up near the top of the list. Maybe talk to me a little bit about just the fact that this division is going to be exciting for people to watch this year, and just the amount of talent in that division. The fact that there's going to be some some pretty incredible offensive production coming out of your group as well. Just tell me a little bit about how excited you guys are to be able to test your metal and to be a part of the conversation in what's going to be a pretty fun division to watch.
Yeah, at the end of the day, any year where you're coming in and expectations are high, that's what makes it fun. But for us, in terms of our organization and our mindset, the expectations start and end at our own standards, and I think that it's fun to look at, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things in terms of where we finish in the standings or how many points we have. I think that a lot has to go into that. Certainly, staying healthy and having some things go your way, but at the end of the day, regardless of the circumstances, I know that our group, we can control our work ethic, our compete, and the standards that we hold for ourselves. So we're excited about the matchups that we're going to have. Obviously, Winnipeg being the big one. They're a team that we're looking forward to playing, and I'm sure the fans will have some real good nights in terms of offensive production.
Lastly, and it might be a bit of a record scratch to go from offensive production to talking about goaltenders, but let's talk about your goaltenders. You guys went and made the move for Connor Unger, who had some playoff experience last year with Red Deer and had an NHL camp under his belt last season as well with the Calgary Flames, and then Jackson Unger, who you guys have had in the fold and got the gold medal experience at the Holinka Gretzky. I mean, tell me about those two and how they're starting to kind of maybe get to know each other and play off each other as you guys work toward the season.
Yeah, we're real excited about the tandem. I think it's no secret that Jackson, we want him to be the bona fide number one guy next year, and we certainly believe he'll be that, another real driven individual. And I just think that it's a real good matchup here with him and Connor. Connor's number one. He came to camp fit. He's a popular teammate already. He just goes about his business as a pro, and I think that's going to help Jackson take his next step in his development, and at the same time, for our team, just create that healthy competition that you want in the net to really for battling for position and battling for spots and starts. So, to start the season, they're both going to get a start, and after that, there's no decisions made, and I think that's fun for them individually, and I think it's fun for our group to have that competition in net.